Yoshi Bum. Hiya. He's a good boy. Yeah. Right, so good morning everyone. I'm just on a little morning walk. I've got a cup of coffee from Chelsea, from where she works as a coffee machine. So I get a coffee if I'm with her in the morning, which is lovely. Anyway, this week's video is something a few people I think have asked, unless they've just asked on different platforms, but the same person. Can't quite remember. But that view over there, by the way, is very pretty. Beyond Yoshi and the sun over there with a little bit of cloud, low cloud. It's very pretty. And this is stunning, not a cloud in the sky. So yeah, we've actually had a week of summer here in Scotland. In September finally. We had nicer weather in September than we have in fucking August or July. But it's great. We're really in, oh, well, it's an absolute pain in the arse really, because typical, always the nice days are either when I went down to build my door or when I've got work. I don't know how I manage it, but on the days I book work, they're always bloody brilliant weather. And when Chelsea hasn't been at work, she's been joining me at work, which has been good, because me and Chelsea are going to be selling some like baked goods and stuff. And also, I'm sure a few of you have asked as well that you'd like to have some prints of like the posts I take around Scotland. And yeah, so I'm going to be printing off some pictures, selling them as prints on a website or something, have them as limited editions and like specific areas and stuff. And then, yeah, the main part of this video is my hot water system in my van, heated by excess solar dump load, and also the log burner in the winter. So fully self-sufficient and pretty much free. But yeah, I'll get into that in a bit, but for now I'm just walking the dog and there's someone coming, so I'll get back to you in a sec. Usually this walk's pretty quiet. It's a Friday, but I suppose it's been lovely weather. It's quite busy. Anyway, back with what I was saying. Yeah, so when I get back to the van, and later today I'll show you my hot water system and how it works. It does need fine tuning yet, but my large majority of it does work. And I do get free hot water in both summer and winter. So yeah, just not all the time. That's why it needs fine tuning. But come on in, Yosh. Happy Doge. Right, what I was saying was the baked goods. So we've been doing little bits. All the blackberries, as you would have seen some footage of. One just here, blackberry bush. One just opposite. They're literally everywhere along this river and all down this glen. So we've picked like loads of bags of them, and we've made some. When I went down to Richie's, he gave me some of his apples, like 2 bags full. So we've made an apple crumble, and then an apple and blackberry crumble, and then another apple crumble. But also with some of the blackberries we've picked, Chelsea really wanted to make some jam. I didn't realise how simple it was. Sugar and jam in a pot and let it stew till it thickens. Pretty much. You can add this thing that thickens it, but you don't need it. You just boil it for a bit longer. So yeah, it's pretty good. So if any of you are interested in that, and it was banging jam, we still got some, but we only made 2 jars just as a tester. But yeah, we'll be making and selling some wild blackberry jam and stuff. So if any of you are interested in that and would like to support us on our little journey, then stay tuned and subscribed, because more about that will be coming soon. So due to my videos being so far behind, the jam and website is actually ready. If you would like to buy a pot of jam, then please do visit our website, which the link will be in the description below. But we do also have these calendars available, so please do be quick and grab one while you can, as well as there is 5 versions of each print, limited edition. Once these have sold out, we will release new ones, but until then, please do have a look, see what you like, and drop any feedback you have in the comments below. And if you do order it, I really hope you enjoy it and it comes in time for Christmas. So yeah, that's an exciting new project that me and Chelsea are working on, and hopefully you guys are going to enjoy it. But for now, my camera's still broken and the lens is irreparable because it snapped the mount, so I need to buy a new one which is not cheap, and they're about 50 quid cheaper sometimes on eBay, but there's none on there at the moment for that price. But for now, back to my phone, which is an absolute pain in the ass. But there's a happy Yoshi Bum, and yeah, it's been absolutely like 28 degrees outside, says my outside thermostat. The weather only says it's like 20 degrees, but it's like no top weather and sweating weather and swimming weather really. But as I say, I'm working, so it's just gutting because I could go for a swim, man. But anyway, enough of that. I'll stop rambling on. We'll head back to the van and go on a nice misty morning drive out the glen, and we'll find the sun. Because with the big mountain there, it's blocking all the sun. Because it's about 8:30, I think. You're getting there, and we still haven't got any sun. Look at the cloud. Just a little bit in front of the trees. That's why it's so pretty around there. Hey, isn't it, Yoshi? Yeah. Wait till you see that view over there. Oh, this view I was on about. There you go. That's a stunning view. What a place, eh? And there you can see the sun just coming up over the hills over there. On the hills over there. Hello, Stinky Bum. He's happy on his walk. That view's always nice, even when it's not sunny. The clouds are often the other way around coming down, whereas now they're back to front. Yeah, gotta say, do love living here. Do love it. Anyway, onwards, and I'll show you also what I'm doing at work, because it's quite interesting. It's a little caravan being turned into a pottery studio. So yeah. Anyway, enough of me rambling, let's carry on. You want a treat for that? There you go. Good lad. Blackberries, look, this one looks banging. Look at that. Nice and squidgy, but not too squidgy. That was perfect. They're literally perfect. Tomorrow morning, I forgot a dog poo bag to put the blackberries in. But yeah. There's the van, and we're going to get ready to go off to work. Doesn't she look sexy? Quite a chilly morning at the moment with no clouds, so it's about 5 degrees I think most mornings. And then flicker on. Boom. Like she's already warm. Right, look at all of these blackberries. This is what we need to pick. Right, where's the Yoshi Bum? There you are. Playing tricks on me. Right, we'll get you in the front of the van and then we can go off to work. Look at that for a view at the van. Not fucking bad if you ask me. Is it, Husky? Let's get you in the front then. Come on in. He's a good lad. In you go. It's a bit of a tight squeeze for him, but he gets there, don't you, buddy? I need to pop my spider plants. Look at them. I'm worried about Yoshi breaking them. Hey, yeah, you little rascal bum. You trash everything you do. Clumsy clut. Right, van's warming up. I'm going to pack down and I'll see you on the road. Not a bad view to have at work, is it? There's the little caravan, I'll show you in a minute. But this is a lovely little spot that me and Chelsea might look into, see if it's available, because this caravan's going soon. Oh yeah, there's another caravan there, and there's some statics around it. I don't want to show you too much, because, yeah, keep it private, but look at that view. I mean, the sun on those mountains. And there is the beautiful sun. Right, let's get out. Where are you going, Yoshi? What are you doing? Right, show you the caravan. Here it is. It's a pretty cool little thing, pretty simple. And so as I said, this is going to be a pottery studio, and I've built this bench, put some of this cladding on because some of the cladding was done, but which was all of this bit, the main two bits of the walls, but I've done the very ends and this side of the door. Hey handsome, what are you doing? You can come in if you want. There you are. So yeah, I then built these benches, screwed them into all the battens in the walls and stuff, glued and screwed, so the walls are much sturdier now, despite still looking flimsy. The caravan fell over because it was empty, got caught by the wind in the storms last winter. Yeah, so we've got 2 benches for doing pottery stuff, and then there's going to be a little sink washing up station here for cleaning things up. Probably build that over the wheel arch or whatever to hide that. But it's just going to be a basic system, and then there's going to be some basic electrics, but I still got to work them out, and that'll probably be another time. But for now, I think we're replying the ceiling on top of this, and there's some vinyl floor to go down, which is here, and then yeah, these benches basically. So today's job, I think, is to clear it all out and make sure the floor's all screwed down, and then we can lay the floor down and start building this unit, because I want to get the floor down before this unit, I think. But anyway, there's the handsome boy going on a little sniff, and that's the van with the mountains behind. Look at that, just so pretty here, and the sun sets just down there, and it's very nice to watch. Oh, can you see the moon over there? Yeah, you can. Look at that, just a very faint outline of the moon, and look at all those clouds. You're going this way, handsome. Quickly. Yes, good boy. Right, take him for a little wander so he doesn't feel like he's being left alone. Come on in, Yosh. Come on in. Good lad. This is what I'm up to. I'm not going to film what I'm actually doing for work because, I don't know, it's probably not that interesting for you lot. You see building stuff all the time. I've got jobs to do on my van, and I'll show you the hot water system later today as well. But as I say, I'm just going to start cracking on. But yeah, you're not here for that. So probably next thing you see is me explaining the hot water system. So hello everyone, it is nearing the end of the day, and as you can see, the view has kind of changed. It looks almost more sick with all of the, because otherwise when you're looking into the sunlight, it doesn't look quite as nice. Look at those mountains over there. Beautiful. Right, now in here is my, excuse all of the mess, is my hot water system. So if you have a look in here, here is my plumbing. Now this is my hot water tank. Now it's a 15 litre normal just plastic water tank. I only heat it to no more than 70 degrees really, and usually only 50-ish degrees. Here is the cold water tank. There is 2 of them, one 60 litre and one 45 litre. So the way this works is to fill the tank, I may add like some kind of float valve, not to have it always on, but so that when I turn it on, I don't forget that it's on, because I've done that before, and then it comes spewing out the little vent holes, which I have the temperature sensors going into. So it's a vented tank, it's not sealed, so it won't get pressurized, so it doesn't have to have any kind of, you know, pressure relief system. It's non-pressurized, which is why I like this. Another reason is to fill this tank as well as the cold water. I can also unscrew this, get a bucket, and pour a bucket of water in there from the river or from rainwater or from even snow I've done before by melting it on the burner and then sticking it in here. So they are the 2 ways that you can fill it, and then to pull the water out of it there is a secondary pump, because the cold water pump is just behind all of this. This is the accumulator for the cold water tank. It's a boat accumulator, so it's quite large compared to your normal camper van one, but it means I can fill up like 2 or 3 cups of water before it then kicks the pump in. So yeah, this is for letting the hot water out. Again, I think everything can do about 80 degrees, so I don't heat it above 80, but heating it anything 50, 60, 70 degrees, it's fine. You got a little pre-filter, and then that just goes straight up, tees up to the tap and tees off to the shower.
That's very simple. It's insulated just with sheep's wool like the rest of my van, and then this Reflectixy foam stuff. I believe it's like some bed matting for camping, but I cut it up and used it as this. And then to talk you through one heating system. So there's two heating systems, one for winter off the burner and one for summer using solar dump load. Now if my batteries are full like they currently are, because it's a beautiful sunny day as you've just seen, then this little detector here detects when my voltage of the battery, I'm on a 24 volt battery, but this does work on 12 volt as well, hits 26.5, which for my battery is pretty much full. And then, well, 27, I have it kicking a little early, and I have this override switch so that if the tank is empty, because it can be empty, then you can turn it off because you don't want the immersions to turn on. So what this is controlling is immersions. Those 300 watt elements run straight off the 24 volt DC system, so it's all straight DC. I've got some thick cables running from the fuse box behind me to over here, and then they run off into some Wagos, because Wagos can cope with about 25 amps, which is about what this is for 24 volt. If you were running 600 watts at 12 volt, you'd be looking at a lot higher ampage, 50 amps. As I say, when it hits 26.5 volts, that will then turn on this relay, which measures the temperature of the water. Although this is a Chinese temperature sensor, and over time it's slowly gone off. The water's about, this one's alright, so if you turn this one on, it says 20 degrees, because the heater's on at the moment, and I've only just turned it on. So yeah, the water is 20 degrees, and this one reads wrong, which is why it's only heating to 12 degrees, because that should be about 50 degrees. So yeah, ignore that. So this is your set temperature here, which is 12.4 degrees at the moment, but say this was 50 degrees. When this temperature hits this temperature, it will then turn off the elements. There's a little relay down here which does that. So the elements turn on and off depending on the temperature of the water as well as the battery voltage. Now if I flick this as well and go to the next menu, if the battery voltage goes below 24.1, now that is with load, because you can run a volt positive, which is like a sensor wire to the battery, and then it will measure the battery voltage independently of the voltage drop, but I haven't done that, so it's measuring voltage drop as well. So 24 volts is what it's pulling, even though the battery I can read over there is at 26.3. so you got 2 volts, well 1.5 volts missing. So yeah, better to run a sensor cable, but it does work. And if you were, the only annoying thing about this system over say the Victron system, where you can set it to percentage, so say goes down to 98% or something and only comes on at 100%, then if you turn, like if I start cooking and the inverter's on, then the voltage will drop with more draw, and then that will cut this out. But then as long as once it's all off, the battery voltage is back up, then this will just flick back in again. But it has a 10-second timer before it does that. So yeah, and as I say, there's a manual override switch, and as I say, 10-second timer, so that'll come back on. And while we're waiting for that, this is for the burner. Now how this works is this is the on and off switch. So the switch on itself, as you can see. I think it's because, oh there you are, just didn't wait long enough. Anyway, back to this. So yeah, when you turn this on, it flicks via this little motor slower downer. I don't know if you can hear that buzzing, but this is a little pump, and this dials back the pump so it spins slower. But this basically pulls water from the bottom of the tank. You can see over here there's a bit of copper pipe, so it comes out of the wall, goes into the copper pipe, and then the copper pipe goes that way, zigzags, come back, and then goes again, and then comes back halfway, and then exits here and comes down here into the cupboard again, and then into the middle of the tank. Now the reason it's the middle of the tank is because I've kind of designed this for 2 showers, which I know 15 litres doesn't sound like a lot, but trust me, you can get 2 very sparse showers out of this. So the idea is you could just put half the water in for a shower, and then just heat half the water, say if it was a slightly cloudy day or the burner wasn't up to scratch because the burner system needs improving. The immersions also need improving. They are two 300 watt Chinese elements that I really do not like, so I'm just going to change it for a decent 600 watt element. The 300 watts were good because I could disconnect some of them in the Wagos and then only have a 300 watt draw. So having them independent is quite good. But on a normal dump load system in a van, you wouldn't have more than a 300 watt load anyway, dump load. Because I kind of say spec it to half your solar or about your solar. So I've got two 600 watt panels. So in theory, one panel could run the hot water and then the other panel could be charging the batteries. The reason the burner system needs improving is because it's not very efficient in terms of heating up the water. And on top of that, I do plan on running an underfloor heating system, which I have run the pipe for. It's hidden like down here, but it's a bit of push fit pipe and that runs all the way zigzags across the floor, and there's another one somewhere under the burner, and the idea is that will eventually also run off the burner. But I might also look into a coolant system because all of this eventually will be antifreeze, and I might have a calorifier system in the hot water. Not sure yet, but my idea is to build a little tank that is the same size as the burner, so it's gonna be curved to the shape of the burner, but it's like a tank, and it'll probably hold like 2 litres of water or something. But the idea behind that is there's a lot more mass then, and you're covering all of the area rather than just the pipe. And if I stick that as close as possible, maybe get some like thermal tape or something, I'm not sure what you can get to make that better, but stick that on then, and then that will then heat directly off the burner. This little plate does work really well, and it basically gathers the heat from the burner and then reflects it both ways so that the outside of the copper isn't like being cooled by the air. All experimentational, and if anyone's got any ideas, feel free to drop them down below. But for now, this system does work. The burner can get the water up to about 30-40 degrees, and the solar dump load works excellent, apart from in Scotland when there's not much sun, but there is today, so we are we're heating the water. Anyway, just before I go, I would like to show you the cake that Chelsea made yesterday. There, it's banging, really nice. So yeah, it was the first time making icing as well, which was cool. But yeah, this is a coffee and walnut cake. So, and then the other thing we made the other day, which I think I've shown you once, but is apple crumble. So yeah, banging. But anyway, that is the hot water system, and I will catch you guys, if not tomorrow, the day after on Sunday, when we are heading off to, as I say, the little cool area we've got just down the road, where hopefully that we can do some foraging and find some mushrooms and maybe more blackberries and some other fruits maybe. So hello everyone, I hope you can see me because I know it tends to be quite dark in here. I just thought I'd show you quickly, if I turn a light on. I'm not sure if I've shown you this lamp, but I've got it working. I thought it needed a wick, but it was just buried inside of it, so that's now working. And I've put a new hook up here for a new plant. Oh, sorry Yoshi, he's just drinking some water. I've got some new cushions, and then here I've got another, this is what setup I'm going to have. They're indoor plant pots with bottoms built in trays, so you can water them. And then yeah, it's going to be one there, and I'm not sure where else yet, but I'm not sure if I've shown these either. These freed up some room in the drawer by adding them up here, and then up here we have 2 extra hooks because there was only the 2 before. I'm going to start making some bread, some wholemeal bread, and then we've got a loaf tin to bake it in, which is here. I've got this little bit of 8 grain. This was nice, this flour, because it's got some different grains in it. It's not just flour. And then I've got some very strong wholemeal bread flour, which I don't think it has any seeds in, but I don't know. It has seeds in the picture, but I'm not sure. So you need 520 grams of wholemeal flour. Need 2 1/4 teaspoons of yeast, which I've bought a big tin of it. Last time I did this, I only made about 2 breads, and then that was that. But hopefully this time I'm going to make more with this, because I've got some pizza dough to make straight after this, because I'm just going to bake. So you add all the dry ingredients and then you mix them, which is yeast, flour, salt, and this is a kneadless recipe. You don't have to knead this at all, which is really weird. I'm going to put it in the air fryer at about 50 or 60 degrees, to let it rise. And it says about 20 minutes, but I left it for about 40 minutes last time and it was really nice and high. So I would recommend 40 minutes. And I'll link this recipe down below. So you want to have some lukewarm water because it activates the yeast, and you need 480 millilitres. And then it says, and I did this last time and it was probably better, dissolve 2 teaspoons of maple syrup in the warm water, and then you add this to the dry ingredients. And then this one, as I said, you don't need it, you just stir it. I'm going to grease a tray, a loaf tin, should I say, without dropping it on the floor or the dog. And then you bob this in there, stick it in a warm place for, as I say, about half an hour, and then cook it for about 50 minutes, I would say, 40 to 50 minutes, but the recipe says, I think, 40 minutes or 45 minutes, so something along those lines. Just check it and then poke it as usual. So I'm just going to let this rise, and then I'm going to start the pizza dough, which rises in the fridge. It's really interesting. Right, now is the time for the spatula, Max. So for the pizza, you need a kilogram of dough flour, and then 20 grams of salt, 5 grams of yeast, and 750 grams of water. So very simple. And then you need to knead that for a bit, but we'll get to that in a minute. I'll put a kilogram of this in, which is going to be all of this. This is just bread flour, white bread flour, strong white bread flour. But I have actually got some pizza stuff in. This is what I used last time. That's annoying because this bag is a kilogram. I probably should have just used this bag. But I think this was too small, this bowl. I had to use the saucepan. Oh my god, that was close, wasn't it? That fell on me, so it didn't fall. Yeah, this is the other thing. You've got 20 grams of salt in, so I'm using normal table salt as opposed to nice rock salt. That is 20 grams there. Banging. And then you just need the 5 grams of yeast on top of that. Oh, this dough is very sticky. I just gave up last time with trying to keep any kind of cleanness, and I just went, fuck it. I'm going to turn you off till I've done this now, and I'll get back to you guys in a second. Here is the dough all kneaded, and I did that for about 10 minutes. So this is now going to go in here in the fridge, and I'm going to leave it till the morning. Hopefully it doesn't overflow, and then we'll see what it's like tomorrow. Meanwhile, I'm going to make dinner and have some of this cake after dinner. Dinner's just spicy pasta, so I'm going to see you guys, as I said, if not tomorrow, Sunday.
Okay guys, so I have just forgotten the camera and then re-remembered it. It's still a nice day, and we're just about to head off down the road, as I said, to where we can now go to do some foraging basically, hopefully, and enjoy the nice few days. And there's Chelsea and Yoshi over there. And yeah, we're gonna hit the road. So we've just made it to the spot, which is lovely. Oh yeah, where we were when it was really windy. The vans were parked this way to face into the wind. Well, my van was. So yeah. Look at those mountains. Oh, lovely view. And it's still lovely and hot, as I said. Lovely. Oh, you can see the mountains over there.
Yeah. Hello, husky.
So I bought this new cast iron Dutch oven off Temu again, and I'm going to try it out today. So we're going to have a roast with broccoli, carrots and courgettes and potato and asparagus, but that's going to be done in the pan. So yeah, dying over there, and then that is the view. Which is very nice. So I'm going to boil the potatoes first. I guess so.
Probably get a spoon.
So potatoes are just cooking, but they're not going to fit in here, so we're going to do them in the oven. And here is the veg all in, seasoned with some just Italian seasoning randomly, because the fella putting that in there, and oil and stuff. So yeah, burner is on, nice and hot. At not that you can see that, but that is 300 degrees. Oh no, sorry, 500 degrees. So plenty hot enough. Stick that in, and then yeah, wait maybe 20 minutes and check it so it doesn't burn. And yeah, these are going to go in the oven. So this is after 17 minutes. Woo! Look at that.
Okay, so hello everyone. Apologies for yesterday's dinner, but I took it out of the oven. Thought I'll make it up onto the plate first, and then I'll video it, so it's all done. And then we scoffed it, and it was beautiful. You saw everything we had, and I'm so sorry that I didn't get it for you, but it was really nice, and we will be doing it again. That Dutch oven was worth a buy. Ready for the winter, even though I've had the burner on most of the summer anyway, because Scotland. But anyway, tonight, pizza. And it's not sunny today. So typical, and we're back here for various reasons. But anyway, yeah, at 74%, so not the most. But anyway, gonna do pizza anyway. Just rolling this out on my new silicone mat so I can get my sizing, although the flour covers it. There you are, 10 inch or 25 centimetres. Yeah, pretty cool little mat. Then it'll stick in the air fryer. And I haven't got any dinner tonight. I mean, pudding, because finished all the crumble, and I didn't make any brownies today because that was the plan. Yeah, the mistake I always make is start putting the tomato and shit on now when it's not on the fucking pan, which then makes it obviously really hard to actually, oh, let alone this bit. Hang on, there we go. Oh, I've just done what I said I wasn't going to do, and I don't have Chelsea to help me. Oh, something else that's new that I should have got out and it might have reminded me is these. Okay, nope. I haven't put it to the edges yet, so I can still grab it. Oh, some Italian seasoning and oregano, because I'm sure this will have oregano in. So, oven's now warming up, got the spinach on, and hopefully with these new bases, it will cook the bottom quite well. They are just off Temu and they're quite thin, but hopefully they'll do their job. I probably should have put some flour on it first, but they are supposedly non-stick, so we'll see how that goes. There is the pizza. Just watching for Lee and Keely, so we'll catch you guys in a bit.